Hi, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I am showing off a machine that mimics the walking behavior of a spider. Except for this machine, it's technically not a spider because it has 2 less legs than that of a spider. So this machine has 6 legs. Machines that have 6 legs that can walk, they are typically called hexapods. Hex means hexagon, as in 6. So let me show my machine in Golems. So this is my creation of a hexapod in the game Golems. As you can see, it has 6 legs. And this robot functions pretty well. So let me start the simulation. So when I click the W key on my keyboard, it will make the robot walk forward. I can make the robot also turn on the spot. Here I'm going to make it turn left. So let me move this robot around for a minute so I can show you the realistic movement of this robot. The way that I achieved the hexapod walking motion, I've used the game's other components to create a walking motion of the robot. Now let me show you how I did it. Here on the screen, I have set up this walking rig that is comprised of 2 hydraulics. These hydraulics are arranged in a way that I can put one of the robotic legs of the hexapod attached to this walking rig. When I start the simulation, and when I press start of the walking sequence, you can see that the end of the hydraulic, it's moving in a predicted straight walking cycle. I have attached a rocket. In this game, there is a component called rocket. The way I'm using a rocket, in this case, I'm using it to create a tracing line marker effect to trace out the path of this hydraulic rig. The way that I made this rig is able to move in this way is by using 2 batteries. So let me show you the 2 batteries. To see the batteries, I will need to go into the different mode of the game, which is called wire mode or show wires. Batteries in this game are able to be modified so that they can output a variable output. So let me show you the first battery of this walking rig. I have attached this first battery to the lifting hydraulic of this rig. When I select the battery and go into the settings of the battery, it will show this graph, and this graph shows the beginning and end of a cycle. In this case, I have changed the shape of the waveform to a specific shape to output a specific motion. I have also checkmarked this setting that says periodic. This means this will loop back to the beginning of this motion. So, when I start the simulation, the hydraulic that lifts the leg will move in accordance of the shape of the wave that is in the battery setting so that it will move in the way that I want it to. I have also modified a second battery for the movement of the forward and backward motion of the leg. As you can see, I have modified the waveform within this battery cycle to a specific shape to achieve the walking motion that I want. Now, technically speaking, I could use this hydraulic rig itself to be the actual robot to achieve the walking motion directly using the rig, but I didn't want to make a robot that is comprised of hydraulic actuators since it would look quite odd, and I'm wanting to make a robot that looked more like a spider that looks organic instead of mechanical. So I have created a clever setup where I can use this hydraulic system to be linked to a hexapod robot itself to achieve the organic look of the robot. This hydraulic rig that I created is good for 1 leg, but for my walking robot I need to have 6. So I will need to copy and paste more of these rigs for each of the individual legs of the robot. And I can use the batteries in a certain way where they can move each of the leg in the correct motion and the correct timing of each leg. So to achieve of the walking motion of each leg, I just copy and paste the rig a couple more times to achieve the amount of legs that I need for my robot. I can connect the walking rig batteries to the next preceding walking rig battery to achieve the walking gait that I want. So let me do that. I have now finished connecting the batteries in the way so that each of the walking rig legs will move in accordance of a walking gait that I want. So when I start the simulation and when I press a button on my keyboard to start the walking cycle, you can see that each walking rig for each individual leg will move in accordance in the walking gait that I wanted. Now that I have finished the walking rigs for each of the individual legs of the robot, I have further modified or added more features to the walking rig for the Hexapod configuration. So let me show that to you. This is the clone rig of the robot. This rig is what achieves the walking motion of the Hexapod. As you can see, this is the same walking rig that I showed earlier, but I have further refined it. I added more motors and features so that the robot is able to move in different directions of the walking path of each individual walking rig. So let me start the simulation and show you how the rig works. When I press the W key on my keyboard to move forward, you can see that the legs are moving in the same direction, but at different times. There is two sets of legs that are moving in a tripod-like manner to achieve the walking motion that I wanted. I've also added these large diameter motors to change the direction of individual legs so that the robot is able to rotate on the spot. Now the robot is turning right. I can also make the robot turn left. As you can see, each of the legs are now facing in a circular direction. In this game of Golems, you can actually attach a motor to another motor in the wire mode of the game so that the position of one motor can be read and transferred to a second motor through a wire, which means I am able to output a motion of a motor wirelessly within the game so that I can create more organic movement of a robot by using this system. I can also edit the batteries so that the Hexapod robot can move more slowly. So let me show it to you. So when I start the simulation, the walking speed of the Hexapod is now slowed down. It is about 3 times slower than it was before. Here it is turning right. So, that is the end of this video. If you have any questions about this game, leave it in the comments of this video. And if you're interested in playing this game and learning how to play this game, go check out my YouTube tutorial that is titled Golems 101, the tutorial. I might be the only person on YouTube that did a whole tutorial video about this game, so go check that out. And I hope you enjoyed my video. Bye!